What's good, yo? What's good? Your boy Mike Sid, Speaky Club Podcast. And this is the debut episode of Three Stages of Hell podcast, man. Yo, this is the co-host to my right of me, Frankie G in the building.
What up, everyone, man? Yo, we've been talking about this, man. We're super gassed to do it, man. I'm honored to be a part of it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Frankie came up with the idea, man. And special guest, strife, my brother.
I watched Night of Champions and I'm like, holy fucking shit, what just happened? And I sent Mike a text that night. I was like, because it's been hours and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, yo, I need to hop on. Like, I need to jump on your stream. This was before I knew about this show. And he was like, yo, we're doing a fucking wrestling show Monday. So it's perfect timing.
Perfect timing, bro.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and I was just talking to Mike. I'm like, yo, I know dude loves wrestling, man. Like, I don't know, man. It just fit together.
Yeah. I love pro wrestling just as much as I love music. And if you know me, I love motherfucking music.
Right.
So
no doubt.
Yeah, if you watch the channel, I sparingly talk about pro wrestling, bro. Like I'll do some weird shit like top 5 Shawn Michaels attires or some geeky nerd shit like that. Right. Oh, I have my boys on here, Wrestling Rampage. Shout out to them. They're from Kentucky. Those dudes are funny as fuck. I do shows with them. But my own shit, me and Frankie doing this, I'm so happy about this, bro. So
absolutely,
I look
forward
to the topics and shit like that. Yeah. So, introduction, how we got into wrestling. Stripes the guest. I want you to answer this too, brother. For me, it's like my first memory in life is wrestling, bro. Like, you know, people, their first memory is their motherfucking mother holding them or something. Not me. It's it's Macho Man Randy Savage cracking Hulk Hogan upside the head with the Wing Eagle Championship because Hogan touched Elizabeth, yo, because they took on the Twin Towers.
Boss Man, he had lust in his eyes.
Yeah. You know, that's my first memory in life, bro. Is seeing that. That's 89. I was 3 years old. That's my first memory.
That's crazy.
I equate that to MC Light, Paper Thin, when she's on the train. That's another first memory I had, that video. So hip hop and wrestling just merged together as my first memories in life, period. So ever since then, it was going to Blockbuster, the Coliseum videos. You gotta be an OG to know about those. You know, renting those, and then my uncle just feeding me knowledge of fucking wrestling, bro, and I never stopped. You feel me? He said, one time I kind of stopped. That's like that fucking PG era, bro. I couldn't do it, but I'm gonna tag Frankie in. How'd you get into this shit, brother?
Yeah, well, honestly, on some real shit, like I'm not born in Canada or America, right? So like we immigrated to Toronto when I was 4, and then the first like real, because I know Hogan and all them like you were talking about was a little bit before that, right? So I was a little bit older when I got into it, but I just remember Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, really. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, that's my guy. Like Shawn Michaels, to me, is the greatest of all time in the ring. You know what I mean? So that's why I really just felt. I don't know what it was. It was as a kid, I was just captivated by the shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this is the dopest shit ever. You know what I mean? And then, of course, this dude right here took it to the next level, and the rest is history, bro. And like, yo, every night me and Mike talk, sometimes I'm just like, yo, what are you saying? I'm like, yo, I'm about to watch this old school Eddie Guerrero match or something, you know? I'm always watching wrestling documentaries, wrestling content, old matches, all that shit, bro. I just love it, man. It's a part of life, man, you know?
Hell yeah. Gotta ask Strife the same question.
I'll do it like real quick because I've watched Lucha Libre as a kid. Like that's like what I came up on. Didn't like English is my second language, so I didn't really watch a lot of like English television, right? I just watched cartoons. Like I was just watching cartoons and shit. And then in like 98, 97 ish, they put me onto the Attitude Era, and I fucking love that shit, right? So like, and then I had a dip when we moved. My family moved, and we didn't have cable anymore, so I just stopped watching wrestling. It was never like a wrestling sucks thing. It was just like we didn't have it, so I just, you know. And then And then like in my like mid-20s, I like fell in love with it again, and then I went to go train in Iowa with Black and Brave Wrestling, Seth Rollins and shit. And so that was
Oh,
dope.
shit.
That's dope.
Yeah. And so yeah, and then I just did wrestling from like 2015 till like 2021. You feel me? And it was good, but now I'm just kind of like I just really like enjoying it. You feel me? And then next episode that you guys have me on, me and Mike are gonna argue about the PG era because I think the PG era is extremely underrated. But that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other seminar.
Whole other conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
There's shit
I
there
think,
that's amazing, like Punk and Brian.
Yeah.
That there's the
Right.
Wyatts and shit, Shield and shit. But
I think
We'll talk about
everyone has that. I think everyone has that period though, where like kind of fell off a little bit and then came back to shit.
Right. Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
you
You
know, I
gotta
think
walk
that's
away.
you go up and down kind of with it, right? But it never goes away though. Like you're always like
Yeah.
up to, you know what I mean? Like when the Miz was champion and all that shit was going on, and Cena was doing the corny shit, I was kind of like, I'm kind of half watching this shit, but now I'm back in like full blown because it, you know, like it comes in waves, right? It's like people don't consider wrestling a sport. I do, but it's like everything's got characters and shit that has to be invested. So it's always gonna be like that. If there's next dudes that we love go away like Austin and them, or like the Attitude Era, of course, is the best, right? In my opinion. But like once those guys were gone and then the next dudes came up, like Orton and Cena was gone, there was like a little bit of a it seemed like they were struggling to find who's gonna be next. But right now you got Rollins, all these guys are killing it. So
yeah, I'm a big ruthless aggression era guy. That's my teenage years, high
it's
school
so
type vibe.
yeah.
Yeah. It's good shit.
Evolution, dog.
Yeah, oh, Evolution though. Hell yeah, bro.
Bro,
Like
come on, yo.
Like Sean is my guy, but when they were whooping that nigga ass, I was cheering them on too.
Yeah. That's how you know.
Yeah.
That's how you know. Like you fuck with someone heavy because it's like, yo, I
Yeah.
love CM Punk, right? I love Daniel Bryan. But when the Shield was whipping on both of their asses, I'm like, yeah.
Big facts.
Right. Facts. So.
Like the whole fucking topic of this particular podcast is 3 segments each, So that's introduction. We did that. Let's knock it out with Night of Champions. 2023 took place Saturday. That was in Saudi. I didn't even know this shit was early until Frankie told me. He was like, yo, that shit at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit.
It was 11 a.m. here, dog, in Edmonton, man. The whole of the crippler, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, bro. I thought the build up on the Raws and SmackDowns was decent, especially with the Bloodline. That's some of the illest storytelling in God knows how long, right? So, not a champion.
I would say years.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
I think years.
Yeah. So it starts off with they have the World Heavyweight Championship. They brought that back, and I think that's a decent looking belt. I'm not a fan of these new belts, bro.
Can we touch on that though, right quick, Mike? Just the concept of it. What do you guys think of it? Like, I think, I agree with you. The belt looks great. It's phenomenal, and it's dope because it kind of like that. It reminds me of the WCW gold belt, but then they kind of modernize it, whatever. But what do you guys think of them making a third belt though? In general, I'm not really a fan of it because
I seen
Roman Reigns was undisputed champion. So now what?
Yeah.
He's disputed now? Because there's another belt? That's why I think it's retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I feel you on that. I seen the funniest tweet ever. Yeah, nigga, it was like they called it the here you go nigga championship.
Exactly. Right.
Because Cody didn't get it, so here you go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it cracked me up. But
yeah.
I know what you're saying. Like it's dope for other guys on Raw to get elevated because Roman got the 2 belts, the Universal and the WWE. But I understand what you mean by that, bro.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like it's. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I think
No,
the
go ahead.
thing is, man, there needs to be like people will complain about the lineage of something, but I personally think people are just always going to complain about shit. Here's the thing, man. If you have a guy like AJ Styles and a guy like Seth Rollins, the two like hardest working motherfuckers, the guy that every fucking internet mark is like, this guy needs to be the top guy, right? If you guys have them fight as the inaugural like champ, like that puts weight on the shit. And so all these motherfuckers who are like, you guys aren't putting enough weight on XYZ. Well, like, what the fuck more? It wasn't Seth versus Austin Theory or Seth versus fucking like, no offense to him, but Damian Priest. It was like two of the fucking best technical wrestlers. And so what this shit is, bro, is like, you guys want a title for the good wrestler? Because all these fucking marks that are like, Roman doesn't defend his title, all that fucking whack shit. Like, here is a working man's title, and that's what it is. And if you guys want to bitch about like everything, then go ahead and bitch about everything. But it's literally a working man's title to be the top working motherfucker. And then when Seth won it, he was like, "You'll see me this Monday on Raw, and then you'll see me the following Monday on Raw." And it's like, because what he's trying to say is, this is a working man's title. Now, my theory is, this is fucking additional shit, but my theory is that Seth will soon become the person that we hate, the one that's like isn't showing up because of a movie, and then he turns heel on us like ROH CM Punk, right? But you just got to let that shit play out. What I'm saying is, motherfuckers can either bitch about something, or you can look at it the way it's supposed to be looked at, and it's like, this is a working man's title. It's not the universal. It doesn't have the lineage or whatever. But like Roman Reigns is about to become the next Rock, and we need a working man's title, and that's what it is. That's
Strife, just to counterpoint that a little bit. I agree with what you're saying, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
But shouldn't they make the IC belt the working man's title? Like, I don't know if there was a need for a third championship, though. You know what I mean?
No, you're right about, because the working man's title is the IC title. That it's always been called that. I guess what I'm saying is, it's the new, like, the everyman top dog. Like, you know how in the fucking Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, that title meant it's always getting defended. Well, after Brock Lesnar changed what being a champion means, bro. Lesnar, where you would only get him at every like big pay-per-view, and it sucks, but it also increases the value of that title. If you increase the value of that title, that's why it's universal. It's not a world championship, it's universal, right? And you can still have a world champion that's the top guy. It's not saying that title is less, it's saying that the new title is that much bigger. This is the motherfucker who's on Fast and Furious movies. This is the motherfucker who's going to be only at the big pay-per-views. And you're only going to get to see that title defended every once in a while, not because it's cheaper, but because it's more expensive.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It brings some realism to it, because like in boxing or UFC, right? They're not defending, like, dudes, the champion fights a few times a year, right? So like what Strife was saying, it's not an every month thing, but it does come off as a secondary title a little bit, man. It really does, yo.
Davio's still in the building.
It looks like somebody shitting their cereals. Bang! My man.
That's my boy. Yeah. So, starting off, man, Seth Rollins defeated AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Banger of a match.
That was a great
match, man. Zero complaints, bro.
I got no complaints. These dudes, they do what they do, and they did it, bro. Like, straight up. Yeah. Seth with the crazy drip, like always.
Oh, yeah.
Yo. Are we going to talk about what he was wearing?
Son had the gold fingernails. Son had that wild cheetah print.
Some people said it was a Beast Wars reference, which I'm not sure if it was, but if it was, it was hard.
I gotta look back into that because I watched it as a kid. You feel me? Like
yeah. I'll pull it up. But yeah, man, the drip was that spot where they're in the top rope, and we've seen Seth do it before, but where
Yeah.
you grab the person by the front of the neck and then you fucking suplex them onto the ground. That shit was bananas, dog.
Yes.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was a great match. And the only thing that I thought was a little bit weird up there, and it was AJ tried to go for the style splash, I think, like 3 times and never ended up doing it even once, right?
Yeah.
But that's a different way of doing it, right? Because now a lot of wrestling is like all these false finishes, but the finisher doesn't get it done. Here was the finishing move, got it done, right? So I got no problem with it. I thought it was a phenomenal match.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
No
actually.
pun intended. You know, so
I love matches like that where the person who loses never gets to hit their finisher, because like the way that we came up was the psychology behind that is Seth is like, if this motherfucker hits the Styles Clash, I'm done. So I need to do
right.
everything into this match to make sure this motherfucker does not hit that, because if he does, I'm done. You know what I mean? Which I think is just good writing. You know what I mean? Or good psychology.
I think so. Yeah, that's like old school wrestling, right? Like as soon as you saw that motherfucker take the finishing move, that was it, right? So 100% agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's changed over the years, but yeah, that was dope, man. Let's see what do you guys think Seth is doing next now?
I see him probably doing some open challenges and shit, but I also see him this is going to be the title where like people can be like, I like my baby face. You know what I mean? Like you can have a baby. If you look at all of our champions, I think Seth is our only babyface champion right now.
Yeah, that's wild, yo. It really is. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
The finisher kickouts need to fucking stop. That shit is so ridiculous. I get it. False finishes are good to a point.
To a point.
Sometimes it should be
To a
OD.
point.
Yeah, it should be OD sometimes.
Yeah.
I think AEW is the worst about that shit, but
Oh, God,
you like
yeah.
kick out after kick out. You're like, bro, you're next to your bitch. You're like, yo, I'm trying to get some fucking pussy, and this guy is kicking out 20 times. I gotta wait longer now.
Yeah, that's real shit, bro. Yeah, that's real shit.
What was the next match?
I'm happy Seth won that shit too. He needed that. My predictions
for AJ.
agree. But
yeah, I was gonna say, like you got predictions. I took Seth. Mike said AJ.
Yeah. Either way, I love those dudes. Either way, it'll be fucking perfect.
Absolutely, no problem.
Next, we get Trish Stratus defeated Becky Lynch. When they're in Saudi, they wear these fucking weird ass suits. I don't know what that's about, but Shorty had the kill.
Can I throw something out?
They can't show any skin over there in the Muslim countries. That's why they gotta like be zipped up fully. The women can't do that over there. Yeah, that's what it is. I think it's Muslim culture or whatever. But
that's right.
So this is probably the 7th, 8th show in Saudi Arabia, and like what I love about this is this was Trish's first show in Saudi, but like literally every other woman on that pay-per-view has done a Saudi show, so they've done the attire. So the first one, every chick's like gear looked like Trish Stratus's. But like if you see Becky, you see Asuka, you see Bianca, all of them got that dripped out like that fit, because they know how they're like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to dress like I usually do, but I'm gonna drip this out. And so I love like seeing Trish do like I hate to say it, but like rookie mistake, because it was her first time. It was just a cool little me being a mark and noticing that. I had to point it out.
It was kind of like her loose aggression, like 04 look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Becky had that Kill Bill joint on. That shit was dope.
Yeah. Me and Mike both took Trish in that match, and she won. But I thought it was actually a really good women's match, man. I was like, yo, she didn't.
Perfect match, man. I wanted Becky
to really
win.
Good.
And then when I saw Homegirl come out, because I've seen a little bit of NXT, I'm not really caught up on it, but I know
or some shit
Zoe. Yeah.
Zoe Stark. Yeah.
Bro, when she hits that upside down flip into the fucking knee, and then Becky started bleeding, I was like, Mwah, perfect.
We
I
gotta,
really want Trish to win, but then go ahead.
yeah, we gotta get to that though, because she's got a receipt coming at some point for that, man. She fucked up with that move. That's a sick move. Zoe started obviously pushing her and everything like that, which is cool. But I'm pretty sure she wasn't supposed to fuck her nose up the way that she did, right?
But my thing is about Becky is everything that I know about Becky is she is about that shit. And so she wasn't gonna fucking do this number that we've seen wrestlers do. She's gonna fucking throw her nose into it. And there's easy like Zoe hits that move so many times that like not everyone's bleeding from it. But Becky, like when Lesnar goes head first into a fucking turnbuckle, it's him doing that. It's not Cody doing that. You know what I mean? And so I don't think that it was a botch. I think it's just goes to show you how much of the man Becky is, because Becky just ate that shit like a fucking king. You know what I mean? She's definitely getting the receipt though.
No, that's what I mean, right? I don't you might be right. She wants to take it that way, right, to make it look more badass. But I'm not sure she's supposed to get that fucked up from it. So I think there's definitely a receipt coming at some point, man.
Right. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be good, man. Good storytelling. Great, like perfect match. Like I think all of us wanted Becky to win, and then when we saw the
I wanted Trish to win, dude.
I wanted Trish to win.
Crazy.
Becky be hating on my boy, the Nature Boy, bro. I kind of hold a grudge.
Yeah, for sure.
All day. All right, next we get the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther defeated Mustafa Ali.
Yo, I know Mike wanted to see Gunther. I think you tweeted like, "Yo, I can't wait to see him murder this nigga," and I'm like, "What? I love Ali."
Yeah, I said,
ahead,
I hope he chops the skin off this nigga chest. That's what I said.
I was impressed. Like, you my boy, but I was like, what?
He did too, yo.
Ali is great, but Gunther is my guy. That dude of OG NWA stiff shit.
Throwback wrestling, man. Throwback. That's a throwback right there, yo. Yeah.
On some Chris Candido type shit. No gimmicks needed, boy. Just beat your motherfucking ass, my nigga. You feel me?
So back in the indie days when he was Walter, he had a clique called Ring Kampf, which is the most like fucked up shit. But like, what, bro? I don't give a fuck.
That sounds crazy.
And their thing was the mat is sacred. The mat is sacred, and it's like this was when Joey Ryan and all that gimmicky shit was going on, and they were like, "Nah, we're wrestlers," and we there was this tournament. There's this indie tournament where everybody comes in with their style, and so these motherfuckers came in with like my MMA style, fucking lucha libre, or like nobody was doing lucha libre. It was like all these like fucking strong style, this and that, and then Walter and Timothy Thatcher came in, and their style was just professional wrestling. Come on, man!
Like, Timothy Thatcher was brutal.
Yeah, yeah, bro. So
that was a great match, though,
man.
That was a great match.
Drop kick as well that Gunther does. Brutal.
It's like a fucking missile.
I thought it might have been a squash match, but not like they for half a second. I'm like, shit, are they gonna give it to Ali? And that's where they get you. It was great, man, because I thought the match was phenomenal. Like, they made Ali look as good as possible, even though he lost. Like, it's Gunther. He's a goon, like he's gonna be. I think that's one of the top dudes in the whole company at the moment, right? So obviously he goes over, but Ali looked good, and like they killed it. I love that match. It was dope.
My thing about it was, because I didn't want it to be a squash match. I know a lot of people did, which is like totally dope. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong to want that, but like Ali has worked his ass off since like the cruiserweight division, the cruiserweight classic. Like a lot of us who are like big WWE marks have just been like rooting for him, right? And then the cool thing about the fucking storytelling is if you watch the match back, there's this moment where, when he hits that 450 and he like 1, 2, and he like kicks out at 2.9, and
that was so.
Yeah, that's when the match finished for Gunther, though, because there's this thing in like wrestling where like a motherfucker will be like, "Oh, I didn't take you seriously enough, and now I'm gonna beat the shit out of you and give you my 100%." And so what happens is Gunther is like, "Okay, I'll go 70% on this nigga," and then like, and then he gets that. He's like, "Oh, this guy almost beat me. No, drop kick, destroy, bop, bop, you're done." Because it's like it's him being like, okay, I should have taken you seriously from the beginning. Because if I would have,
that's how it came across, right? Like he was playing with him a bit, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, man, this dude's better than I thought. Now I gotta smash him for real." And it was dope. Yeah, so
watch that shit back and realize that after that kick out, Gunther is like, "Okay, I'm giving you 100%." You know what I mean? I love it. Love that match.
Those chops dude throws are crazy, bro. Yeah. The Gunther chops are wild, bro.
There's this shot where he was facing Ricochet when he was Walter, and Ricochet does like a second rope like back like coffin drop thing, and then Walter just chops him midair, bro. Amazing, man. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I like his standoff with Cody at the Rumble. He was whooping that ass, bro. I thought he was gonna take it. I was, oh shit, but
man. Yo, Ali's drip was like, yo, he looked so fucking gas walking up with the like red and then the that's a turban, right? Or whatever it was. Yeah, he was dripping, bro.
Yeah.
Match
for sure.
Shout out to the Thuggalo show, the Trailer Park Cinderella. I thought the nigga was announcing Honky Tonk Man's death. But he said
talking about the record.
Yeah. All right, Strike, do your thing, all right. Next we get Asuka defeats Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship, which I don't get. They need to make a switcheroo. Since Rhea is on Raw and Bianca's on SmackDown, they switch the fucking belts. It makes no sense. You feel me?
It's confusing, dog.
The New Day made a joke about it when they switched out the titles. Xavier Woods and Kofi were like, "I guess this makes sense," which was like, mwah, like somebody's acknowledging that this is fucking weird, right?
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah, that shit is really weird. I'm like, why is she on that show? She's on that show. And then even the two chicks they drafted from NXT, like, they're on the main roster now, but they still got the NXT tag team titles with them. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm getting confused with the belts. Like, yeah. Like, why the fuck do they have the belts?
As an apologist I will always be a WWE apologist. I'll always side on them. I think it's because I was trained by Seth or whatever, but the thing with the NXT titles, the NXT tag team titles, for some reason, they've always been, and I don't get why, but they've always been everywhere. Like the rule with the NXT titles is they can be defended on Raw, they can be defended on SmackDown, they can be defended on NXT, and it's just the NXT women's tag team titles. I don't know why, but it's
weird.
So it's very weird.
It's weird as fuck, dog. Like, I wish there was a bit more structure to this shit, because I love that. Like, I love the product right now that WWE is putting out. I think it's fucking amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah, every pay-per-view is fucking phenomenal, but I just wish there was a bit more sense with the belts. You know what I mean? Like, the fucking, now there's 3 world titles, now this champion's on this show, that champion's on this show, these guys, like, I'm like, yo, man, just fucking simplify the shit, you know? That's my only beef with it. Other than that, I love it, man. That was great.
I think this match was way better than that Mania match, bro. I think it was better,
Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Bianca and Asuka?
Yeah, Asuka, yeah.
Wow.
I know my boy Frankie ain't an Asuka fan. I love Asuka.
Yo, honestly, I'm probably have the least to say about this. I didn't care for this match at all, really. I didn't think it was great. Like, I thought it was alright. Like, it wasn't bad. I'm not going to shit on it, but you know what I'm saying. But I don't think it was a great match. And I think, that was cool. The finish was cool. I think Bianca's character has gone stale now. Like I want to see that. That's my opinion. Like yo, she's starting to get booed and shit when she's supposed to be the baby face. Like I think it's time to do something with her character to make it a little bit different. But that's my fucking opinion.
You're right. She
You
got
know,
booed at motherfucking
she's
Backlash
been
too.
getting booed. Dog, she's
Yeah,
been getting booed as the baby face. So like I know, change it up a bit. People are calling her like the female John Cena, you know, just come out, do this. It's the same shit, man, you know. You know what I mean? Like I would like to see a heel turn or something. I don't know, something.
yeah,
I think what we're gonna
But
see is Bianca versus Rhea, probably at either. I would assume Mania next year because like motherfuckers want that match. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like, I don't know. I agree that she's becoming a little like I wouldn't say stale, but like she's on the brink of stale. Like
Yes.
she's just such a
she's
good
getting
wrestler.
there. She is absolutely. She's phenomenal.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah, she is. No doubt about it. I'm talking about just the character. That's it, not the wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
that's my only criticism of it.
The EST.
Dog,
Shout out to
Yeah,
the husband, that nigga. Yo, son, that frog splash that boy Montez Ford be doing. He got some hype.
No,
during the quarantine era,
Montez Ford is a goon, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, he's dope. Me and Mike were talking about it. Like, yo, man, he needs to ditch the Street Profits and fucking Marty Jannetty fucking style his partner the solo, dog.
We gonna say straight?
Right?
oh dog, during the quarantine era, he did this front flip over the top rope, and none of the motherfuckers were there to catch him. So he literally front flipped over the top rope and landed on his back on the fucking like just on the mat, bro,
Oh,
on
damn.
the ground. Shit was bananas, and he got right up, man. He's insane. He's a beast.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Like talent.
Let's talk about Oscar though. Oscar's the shit, bro.
Yes.
Do we
yes.
have to?
Bro,
Do we have to?
watch video of Oscar versus I think it's Inoki. No, not there's that motherfucker with the wild ass hair, you know. Jesus, whatever. Like there's videos of her getting the fucking shit beat out of her by this guy, just bam, bam, bam on some fucking hand wrestling.
But you're talking about on Japan though, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is she
Kana was
fucking
the
earned
name
her
of it.
stripes, bro. She's gotten her ass kicked more than the three of us put together, dog. Like she has bigger balls than all three of us, dog. And we're like, come on, man. Like she is like Minoru Suzuki, thank you. But yeah, like she is the shit. And if you don't think she's the shit, then I'm sorry, bro. You just don't understand wrestling, dog. I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan, man. It just is what it is. I'm not a fan of hers.
Yeah, when he told me that, I said, "Oh man."
When she because here's the thing, man. She tried the mist in the past and it didn't work, and then for her to like spit it on her like fingers, and the camera has it perfectly, and you see her taped up fingers becoming more and more black, and it's like beautiful, like shot on the camera, like as a fucking like film guy. I'm like, this is excellent, right? She gets caught up in it, and then she's just like rubbing like her fucking eyes in it. And all of us can say our shit that we love wrestling, but bro, if you love wrestling, you understand that she's fucking referencing the Great Muta in this. How often do you get a Great Muta reference in a fucking WWE pay-per-view, bro? This shit is for wrestling fans, dog. And so for her to win that shit that way, and then to go with the title like next to that camera and just be like, I'm the champion again, and her not giving a fuck that she cheated to get it. It's not about her cheating. It's about her getting the fucking belt. And on her Twitter, she's like, my fashion statements just look better with the belt. And now you're going to get real fashion statements. I'm like, oh, give me it, Oscar. Give me it all. Bro.
Man. I thought
motokers want to be like,
yo, I thought the finish was great.
Let me just throw this out. One last thing. Sorry. I hate that these motherfuckers are like, yo, I hate that WWE did this to Bianca, blah, blah, blah. Bro, she was champion for 200
For
fucking
2
days,
years,
bro.
yeah.
Get over yourself. Stop trying to find something to complain about.
Straight up, I agree.
I give that match a fucking A, bro. That shit was perfect.
I love
Shit.
it, bro. Way better than the
Yeah,
fucking.
me and Mike both. Yeah, me and Mike both had Oscar taking it. I do like her better as a heel though, and I thought the finish of the match with the Miz was great. So I'll give it that for sure.
At least you give us some props, Frank. I'm saying get some props.
Yeah,
I didn't think the match was great, but I thought the finish was great, and I do like Oscar better as a heel than as a face. So hopefully, maybe she won
is
me
so
over.
much more fun as a heel, right? Like she's just.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I want to see her like when she smiles, like it's cool, but when she smiles after doing some devious shit, it's just better.
Way better. Yeah, it's way better. Yeah, it is way better. No doubt.
And I'm a video game nerd too. So fuck 2K for not putting her updated look in there. They put it behind my faction. But shout out to all the modders that got that for me because I downloaded it. Shout out to them. Dope, all right, next we get Rhea Ripley versus Natalya, SmackDown Women's Championship.
I needed this.
It was a fucking squash, and I loved it.
The show needed a squash because there was so many good matches that you just had one fucking. And for it to be my least favorite wrestler getting squashed was just like, wow, who read my diary?
I'm not a Natty fan, Strife. I'm not.
I can't stand her, bro.
Allow me to just take a quick shit on this whole situation here. Rhea Ripley's the truth. She's dope. But I don't know if Natalya's got the fucking memo yet, but I think she should get it after the finish to this fucking match. Like, get your old ass the fuck up out of here. You didn't get one punch in the whole match. One punch, bro. Yo, she's trying to keep up with the fucking young girls doing all the crazy plastic surgery and shit. Like, yo, get the memo. They're showing you, like, yeah, we're not going to fire you because we respect you and your family, but we have no plans for you whatsoever. You didn't get one punch in. One punch, bro. She got murdered. And I love it. I'm like, fuck her. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, you know
what I'm saying?
That is.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Bro, what I loved about and Mike was pointing this out.
That was good. I agree.
The pay-per-view was great. Like everybody really brought their A game in the lead up for their shit. Like Natty goes in to save Dana Brooke, which I wish was the person having the match, but whatever. Like, and then Rhea, like in the interview, like interrupts Natty's interview, and she's like, "Yo, you can say all you want that you did this for Dana. No, you just did this so more eyes would be on you because all you care about is people seeing you." And I was like, yes. And then for her to like just fucking murder on a fucking plate, like here's your squash, eat up. Like, oh my god, it was.
The nigga Dom talking shit to. Not one blow landed. Not one blow landed. She just hurts her from the beginning to the end. That was it.
Yo, crazy. Let me throw out. This is like me being like a fucking like psychology wrestling like mark. And there's just this really dope moment in when you watch it back. After she wins, you see Dom go like this. Like Dom makes eye contact with Rhea, and then he's like, and then she's like this. And then he jumps on her, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, bro. Like, because wrestling is so fucking crazy and the excitement can get so fucking nuts that if somebody just jumps on you, there's like a possibility that you could fuck up your knee. Like, if you're not ready for that shit, you could get injured. And so, like, just Dom being like, doing this was like a fucking, like a, hey, I'm about to jump on you. And she's like, yes. That's just like a little fucking moment of like, yes. I don't know. It's just like a little shit, you know.
That's dope because you being in the business, you would know that type of shit.
Right.
I love that shit, bro. That was like my favorite little moment of all of that celebration. And then she like a mom would with a baby to get him close. Like, and Dom's a big ass motherfucker. She like drops him down, and he's like to fucking Natty, like the best squash match of the fucking year, in my opinion.
I love that shit, man. It's dope.
Yeah,
Oh,
needed
man.
that.
For sure.
She ain't as good as her daddy. The Anvil's a man. Her uncles are better than that bitch. Fuck
Bro,
that bitch.
even when she's talking about, like, me and King Zab joke about this all the fucking time. When she talks about her family, she never mentions her dad, bro. She's always like, oh, my uncle Brett. Like, don't watch her shit. She never mentions her shitty ass dad.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the Anvil was not good by himself. You know, Brett carried
No.
that motherfucker. Let's keep it a stack.
100%. Yeah, man, fuck that old bitch. Get her out of here.
This is trash.
Fuck her.
All right, we could go to the next match. Is that Brock Lesnar defeated Cody Rhodes, bro.
Oh, boy.
I thought this was amazing, yo. I thought this was fucking phenomenal. This is one of those instances, though, where I wish they kind of maybe would have used a little bit of blood, but they played out like his arm is broken angle, so he passed out from the pain, right? So that makes sense, like the whole ring psychology thing. Like, yo, Cody wouldn't give up. He just went out like a goon. He passed out. He didn't tap out. But I think if Cody was bleeding a bit too and just fucking passed out, man. But I love the match. It was brilliant. I thought it was phenomenal. And it makes sense because it keeps both of them looking the way that they should be. You know what I mean? Cody didn't really lose anything with that because he has the broken arm going into the match, right? And Brock still was a savage. You know what I mean? So you go take it to the third match, dog. SummerSlam or whatever the fuck they're gonna do it. But I think Cody's got to get the rub. At the end of it, I think Cody's got to get the victory somehow.
They're gonna do the rubber match. Yeah.
If that's still the plan, we don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think the plan still is that Roman being chased by Cody for a while, but who knows?
That Backlash match I prefer, but this was definitely good too.
Both are amazing, man.
Yeah, the storytelling is great.
Right. Yeah.
Phenomenal, yeah.
What I loved about it was, and I might be wrong, but I think what happened was he hits that suicide dive, and he lands like with the fucking cast on like Lesnar right there, and he just rocks him. There's this moment where Cody like accidentally hits him with the arm, and then like it registers with him like, oh, this is my weapon, and then like the tone changes, and I ate that shit up, bro. They served it on the plate, and I'm like, oh yeah, because like, bro, like I don't remember what moment it was exactly, but there was this moment where like Cody communicated with his body, oh, this is my weapon, and I'm like,
yeah, he used this as a weapon. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
This shit was so good. That was dope. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. I want to see more of it, man.
Bro, I love Cody and Lesnar. I could see them do 7 matches, and I would love all of that shit, bro, because it's just.
I agree. I have no problem with it. It's so dope, man. And Cody's one of the few baby faces, right now. That's actually, you know what I mean? That's like, like one of my homies, he's the Jamaican cat. He's like, yo, we were watching WrestleMania together. I told Mike the story. He's like, yo, America called. We want our white champion back. You know what I mean? Cody's the red, white, and blue all-American boy. You know what I mean? Like he's rocking like, yo, it's working though. He's over as fuck. You know,
he's one of the most improved wrestlers ever. Because I'll be honest, I didn't start fucking with. I respect the Cody, you know, dashing era and all that, but I didn't really start liking him in AEW. I'm like, this motherfucker is a
really,
yeah. Like maybe Japan. He was in Japan a little before AEW. I said, yeah, this dude, he's a star, bro. He got it, you know. I never hated him.
I was always a Cody fan because I saw the talent in the ring, and I was just like, yo, he just needs the right thing to click.
Oh yeah, he could always work, but I'm saying when I seen a star in that motherfucker was like that AEW period when he died. Yeah.
This is me being an angry Mark, but I gotta let this shit out, bro. Everybody hates on Charlotte, and this is probably me just being mad at my ex-girlfriend, but she would always hate on Charlotte, right? Like, and it's like, but here's the thing: everybody loves Cody, and it's always the same people. The same people that love Cody seem to hate Charlotte, when in actuality, Cody is the female Charlotte, except the difference is Charlotte was good when she started. Charlotte was excellence when she started, and yet Cody,
That's
like
true.
everybody keeps saying, he's most improved. He's most improved. Yeah, whatever, dog. Charlotte never had to improve. Charlotte is royalty, and so is Cody. Like, I believe in the sacredness of wrestling, and I believe that Cody is royalty. But that motherfucker had to, like, really convince us. Whereas, like, and this has nothing to do with the pay-per-view. This is me just being a bitter mark. But, like, when is Charlotte going to get her fucking roses for not having to go to fucking Japan, not having to start another fucking promotion? She was always that good, bro. So
I'm going to say this right now. She's my favorite horsewoman, other than Sasha. Sasha number 2. Yo, that Charlotte and Rhea match at Mania, quite possibly the greatest women's match I've ever seen in my fucking life. I mean, I'm keeping it mainstream wise because I'm a big. I like Mayami Toyota from Japan, 90s model shit.
Right.
Yeah, but Charlotte and Rhea, 5 mic classic, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
Easily, and like. I feel like Rhea is like Charlotte's like little sister. Like Charlotte sees Rhea as like her little sister. Like, yo, I'm gonna like rock this shit, but I need you to carry this when I'm gone or while I'm gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really understand people hating on Charlotte. Like, yo, she's amazing in the fucking ring, man. Like, straight up, I think she's the best in the world at what she does for females.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even a fucking debate at this point, dog. Like, and I love Sasha Banks. I was a Sasha Banks guy over her. But like, you can't even be arguing like, yo, Charlotte never has a bad match, and she's fucking amazing. So I don't really get the hate. I get, you know.
But yeah, man, bro. Lesnar versus Rhodes was like perfect.
Straight fire.
Such a good match, man.
So dope. Yeah, man.
And the main event to end out Night of Champions 2023 was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Woo, man. Defeated Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Yo.
Insanity, man.
Dog. Incredible, amazing match, I think.
Yeah.
It was the storytelling. You know, Sammy did everything he could for the bloodline, bro. Roman just shit all over him. They turned on him and shit. And then that match at Mania with the Usos was fucking just impeccable. Made event in night 1.
Yo, Sammy's entrance gear.
Yeah,
Sammy coming out in that, like, I don't know what the garb is called, but like just him coming out with that with the 2 belts, like, like it was so fucking sick. And then he grabs the mic.
People think he's a white dude, but he's actually Syrian.
Yeah.
He's Syrian background, so.
Yeah, Rami. Like,
I'm not sure what his name. Yeah, so he speaks the language, that's his culture and shit. So that's like a homecoming almost kind of for him, right?
Bro, he took the microphone from the guy. I later had to like get the translation for it, but what he said was like, calm down, praise to the prophet. We're at he says you have a Arabic champion. We're in an Arabic country, so we're gonna do this in Arabic. Ladies and gentlemen, the prize fighter Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And it's just like, and watching it with the translation and like hearing it, it's just like so fucking gas, because like I'm not a religious man, but like the fact that he's like calm down, you know, alhamdulillah, like praise to the prophet, and then he like says like, what the, this is so gas, bro. I love it.
Amazing.
Man.
Is that main event feel, that real shit?
Yes.
You know, and
100%.
When he's doing the shit, Roman is like being arrogant and he's like waving his titles, and his title like gets like the like touches like the bottom of like his garb, and it's just like, it's so great moment where like you're right, it felt like a main event, you know what I mean? Holy
and when
shit.
Sammy was speaking that language, Roman's like, oh, confused.
Yeah,
like,
it's so good, you know, they're like, you know, they're friends outside of this, you know, like he believes in him, and he's just like, but as a heel, I have to be like, speak English. Oh,
Roman's mastered the art of being an asshole at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he's not disrespectful. Me and Mike were talking about the way he was been treating the Usos on like SmackDown and shit, slapping dudes in the face, like, apologize. You know what I mean? Like, he's mastered it, you know? He's in his fucking element right now, man. He's killing it, man.
The bloodline storyline.
I think one of our temptations is to go right into the end of the match and how exciting that was. But like, can we for a little bit talk about how like before the Usos came out, it was a perfect tag team match. You got
amazing match, yeah.
Owens, you got Solo, Sammy, and then you finally get like Sammy, Roman. Like the whole time they're teasing it, but you don't get it till towards the end. Like, holy shit, man.
Sammy doing the Superman punch to him and shit like that, bro.
Oh my god! And then he goes out, he's like, ooh, I died. I'm here watching it by myself, like no one else is in the living room, and I'm like, oh, like it's so sick, bro.
Dope as fuck, bro.
God damn.
That's how you know. That's how you know something was really special when you're marking out like a kid watching that shit. You know?
Yeah.
That shit was fucking fire. So dope, man. Great match.
Oh shit. Wait. Okay, pause. Holy shit. Okay, I'm on tour. I'm doing merch for Ouija Mac, right? And we're at fucking Vegas, right? And like the cool thing about being with C17 is we have way doper hotels than when I'm on tour by myself, right? So we're at this like dope ass hotel. I'm gonna hang out with Lil Titan and Frankie Goldie after the show, right? So all of my homies, Buck, Chunk, Ouija, everyone's like asleep in their hotel, right? I go downstairs. I'm gonna get picked up by my homie, right? And then this car pulls up with two big motherfuckers, and I'm like, you know how it is, like being a street motherfucker. I'm like, yo, I gotta be apprehensive. Like, who are these? You know, who are these motherfuckers, right? So I just like kind of like get myself ready, like, okay, whatever, just be fine, because this is Vegas and shit, right? They pull up, they park. I'm just like, all right, whatever, just keep an eye on it. You know, they're probably there for like 2 minutes, you know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, what's going on? Just be chill, smoke your cigarette, don't worry about it. The car door fucking opens, and it's Solo fucking Sikoa, bro. He walks out of the car, and I'm sharing a fucking hotel with the man, and I'm just like, I'm such a fucking mark. But I know him enough to know that he doesn't like talking. He's not like, so I'm just like, I have to fucking say something. And I'm just like a fucking mark. And I'm like, great work, man. And then he just like looks at me as he's walking by. He's like, and then he just keeps walking. And I was like, oh my God.
Yo, Strike, I'm like, yeah, nigga. Yeah, we the ones.
We the ones.
I would have been wilding.
I would have fucking just done this in silence, yo.
It was crazy, man. It was the craziest shit.
That's amazing, Stripe. Thanks for sharing that shit on this shit, brother.
That's fucking lit, yo.
Usos come out.
Oh, man. Bro. I told Frankie, I said, yo, I know we talk about loyalty. We were talking about loyalty before, but cousin or not, you're not gonna put your motherfucking hands on me like that.
Right.
Yo. Right. So when Jimmy kicked him, bro, I screamed like, oh shit! I don't do that for wrestling in years, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was incredible. The storyline is chef's kiss, my boy.
And like if like some of us marks like know that like the Usos technically aren't allowed to be outside of the States because they got felonies, right?
Yeah.
Like, so some of us like we went into it like, oh, they wrote them off. Like I went into this fucking pay-per-view being like, oh, they wrote them off because they had to, because they can't. Like this is the first time they've ever been in Saudi Arabia. They weren't at Clash of the Castle because they can't leave the States, bro. So they must have gotten some shit, you know, like some visa through like WWE, like special type of treatment shit. But like even seeing them out there, I like lost my shit because I was like, they're not even supposed to be here, like not in kayfabe, like in legal American UK fucking United Nations type shit. You know what I mean? Like they broke United Nations type rules as felons to be in Saudi Arabia to fucking be there for Roman, and then like fucking Jay's like, no, I'm sorry, and then Roman's like, why are you touching me?
Smack him.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, bro.
Man, when he was like, what are you doing, Rose? But you should have done a long time ago. Boom. I was like, oh, fuck.
You ain't day one no more. You ain't a day one no more.
Yeah. And then Jimmy lets out this like this fucking head shrinker scream. You know?
I haven't seen him do that since the old Usos PG era and shit, where they're like, "Vamos Samoa." You're like, holy fuck, bro. That is a man with like emotional fucking damage, bro. That is a man who's seen. Oh fuck, bro. And then, bro, there's this thing in wrestling where women will go through the first and second rope, and men will go through the second and third rope. It's just like a thing. It's just like an unwritten rule. When I was in Black and Brave, I would go between the first and second just to piss off Seth and piss off my other coach. So they're like, "No, dude, don't do that. Like, don't do it. It's like it's embarrassing. It's like kind of demeaning for a man to do that, right?" And we can get all into PC shit, blah 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 blah. But it's just what it is, right? Bro, if you watch that shit back, I even posted it on Instagram. When they're going out, Jimmy is between the second and third rope, but Jay, a defeated man, is going through the first and second rope. Holy shit, bro. That is a man who's been crumbled, bro. God, it's just the little things about that shit, bro.
The little things, right? The little things that make it so fucking dope. What do you guys? I thought I was shocked because I thought my pick was the Roman and Solo were gonna win it and put four belts on Roman, have the extra heat. But fuck, what do you guys think happens next? What happens next though? Do they fix the relationship, or do one of the Usos turn on the other? What's going on?
Right.
I don't know, man. Jay gotta stay with Jimmy. I think they're making a mistake if they don't. But it's WWE, like they used to say back in our day. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying?
I think another thing is like people were like, okay, we need, Roman did great, but it's time to get the title on Cody and this and that. But then we get moments like this. You know what I mean? And so what I've learned from these motherfuckers is you just like I don't like to speculate with the bloodline story anymore because I just like to enjoy it. You know what I mean? The last time I speculated last thing I speculated was, well, I know that the Usos aren't going to be there because they can't go out of state. They can't go out of the country. Last time I speculated, I was wrong as fuck, bro. And I love being wrong. You know what I mean?
Likewise, I love that
absolutely. Shit. Same. Absolutely.
Unpredictable is where it's at for professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me tell you guys. We were when I was training with Seth Rollins. It was when he was the world champion the first time. After the Mania, right, where he stole it, right? There was this episode where you remember he had J&J Security.
I remember that.
He buys them a Cadillac, right? And for like a month, the story was that Cadillac, right? But the first time the Cadillac happened, the Thursday after we're training, and one of our students asked Seth, he's like, "Hey man, like you guys had a Cadillac, why didn't Lesnar destroy it?" And Seth was just like, "You need to wait. You need to just relax, and you need to trust these things will play out like they need to. We can't just give you something and then pay it off right away. Like, what's the point in that?" And then he pretty much told us, it's like, fucking. Like, you don't just if you watch porn, they don't go straight to like the fucking anal, right? Like, you gotta build up to that shit, right? And so what I've learned from wrestling, bro, is it's like making love, bro. And indie wrestling, you can tell when someone's a really shitty love maker because these guys will just go in and do all their crazy shit. But good fucking storytelling, fucking slowly builds up to that, man. So yeah, man. Also, can we talk about the fact? I just need to say this: that all of us are talking about how there's this moment where Jay's like, Joe, or the moment where Jimmy is screaming gutturally, and we're talking about that, and then in fucking AEW, the Young Bucks do a kick with like a fucking sparkler on the guy's foot, and it's literally the opposite. It's the fucking opposite. It's like, how many fucking bells and whistles can we get for you guys to give us attention, while these other motherfuckers are like, no, like we're just gonna do wrestling right, and you're gonna love it. You know what I mean? Can we just acknowledge there's
you hit the nail on the head with that. Like when it's done at the best level, you don't need all the extra bullshit in there. They just, they're able to tell the story on their own. You know what I mean? You don't need a fucking firework up somebody's ass to make the shit entertaining. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah,
exactly that, bro.
so yeah, Night of Champions, man. Great show.
Great
It was a great show.
When
the Money in the Bank snacks, bro.
They hit the fucking. Well, let's talk about the finish. Fucking Sammy hits the fucking the haluva kick, does the fucking pinfall, and then he's holding the titles up in the air, and Roman is down, right? And then as Roman is leaving, Sammy's like, "You can't have these."
Yeah, on the top rope.
Oh my god, it's just like Roman gets everything that he wants, and we've seen him, and we hate him for like, oh, you took this from my guy, and then Sammy's the first person that actually tells him, you wanted something and you didn't fucking get it. Holy shit, bro! That's how that ended. It was excellent.
Yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen on SmackDown now.
Right, like take out the line and sinker, man. I'm just like, all right, when's the next show? You know what I mean? And that's how you know it's good.
Feed me.
Absolutely, no doubt.
So NXT, was it Battleground? Was the name of that shit, Frankie?
Battleground, yeah.
Battleground.
I didn't keep it.
Yeah, maybe Strife can help us out with it. Yeah, can you help us out with it? Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched everything but the last two matches, or I watched everything but the first and the last match. But I just need to talk about. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna fast forward. I just need to talk about my homie Noam Dar. Noam Dar loves the sisters, bro. He fucking loves the sisters.
Alicia Fox.
Yo, do you remember that back in the day? Him and Alicia Fox. Bro, and so like, here's my thing, dog. I am a huge Noam Dar mark. I will fucking fight my family for Noam Dar, bro. I love this man from his back in the day to when he squashed TJP. I will fucking tell you all about Noam Dar. But here's the thing, I will watch NXT like YouTube highlights, whatever. Yeah. But like anytime Noam Dar is any segment, I will make sure I will watch that shit religiously, right? So like 2 weeks ago, those two chicks, I don't even know their names, but we're just gonna call them sisters, whatever, because like, let's be real, them sisters, right? And so like he's backstage and he's talking with them, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is that continuity where like 7 fucking years ago he was like with Alicia Fox, right? And like now he's like hollering at these chicks, and I'm like, how iconic, right? But I just thought it was a throwaway segment, right? I thought it was just like funny, right? And then we go to this fucking match, and like he's neck and neck. He's about to lose. His fucking like water guy gets thrown out of the match, and then these two sisters come in and save his ass, and I'm like, yes, this is the greatest storytelling ever. Fuck the bloodline. Fuck Sami Zayn. Noam Dar has a thing for black girls, and I'm here for it, bro.
I took on Dragon Lee, I believe. Dragon Lee is dope, bro.
Yeah, Dragon Lee is dope, bro. But I just love Noam, bro. During the quarantine era, he is announcing like next week I will have a press conference. And it's like this whole thing, and you're like, is he gonna go to WWE in America? Is he gonna retire? Is he gonna go back to the Indies? And then like the fucking press conference comes up, and he's like, I just want to let you guys know that I'm still here and I'm still the best. And then he leaves.
I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
So,
All right, man. Let's go through the pay-per-view though. I mean, I just needed to say my shit.
Yeah, man. The only two matches I watched, I just watched the women's title match and I watched the men's title match. And both were amazing. Like Tiffany Stratton versus Lyra Valkyrie, if I'm pronouncing her name right.
Right.
That was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was kind of obvious Tiffany was gonna win though, but she's money, man. Like whenever they make the moves to bring her up to the main roster, like she's got, you know what I mean? She just looks like she's got the total package. Like in the ring, the look, she's able to cut a promo. Like she's amazing. And then Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker was fucking phenomenal. It was so good. Like I gotta send you that this one spot where he speared Carmelo in the middle of I think Carmelo was coming off the top rope and he just speared him in the middle of the air, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. The most vicious spear I've seen in time, bro. I was like, holy fuck. Carmelo Hayes got the win there, and Tiffany won the other match, but I don't know what they're doing with Raw now because I heard that they wanted to get him to do some heel work on NXT before they move him up to the main roster. But I was thinking that he'd be a babyface when he comes up because they need one. Like everyone's a heel, like we were talking about earlier. Everyone's a heel now, right? So I don't know what's gonna happen, but he's just good, man. He's really good.
Organically, everyone was turning against him because he was becoming like
they were.
They were doing the
That's
Braun
the problem,
Breaker,
right?
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They were like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dog, you guys need to, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's required watching. You guys have to watch that Ilya Dragunov Dijakovic match because it's
Was it
brutal.
from last night? Was it from last night? Was it from last night?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
insanity because there's these moments where fucking Dijakovic is hitting him and he's like screaming out in like not pain, in fucking agony. It is like my homie who like runs a wrestling show in Portland. He was like, Ilya Dragunov and Dijakovic was the best match of the weekend. And I don't argue with him because it was like brutal. It was like some fucking Faces of Death shit.
Oh,
I'm not kidding. I swear to God, bro. Watch it.
This.
I'm watching that tonight. I'm watching that tonight.
Yo, should we? Yeah.
Dragunov is my nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Very stiff in the ring, you know?
Yeah. And he can take an ass kicking. And he did that. He really did. He fucking just watch it, bro. You're gonna love it. And then you gotta watch the fucking the Noam Dar match. You'll love it, my man. I swear to God. And then you fucking message me as soon as it's done, bro. I will, brother. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna check that out, no doubt.
I seen that Braun Breaker spot when he caught Carmelo with the spear. That was nasty. I seen that.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
that was crazy, like, bro.
Yeah,
that was like a football tackle, right? Like a fucking
boom.
Yeah.
All that was missing was some JR commentary, man. He's broken it out. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy.
By God, I swear to God, he's dead. He killed him.
Yeah,
one of my favorite JR lines. JR when he used to say like a 98, 99 when Kane did a choke slam, like straight to hell, you know?
Yeah, he power bombed him straight to hell.
JR is the GOAT, man. Let's keep it a buck. That's the GOAT on commentary. Untouched. Nobody will ever fuck with him. Nobody. And there's people I like and I've liked since, but he's not. JR is he's the one, man. You know.
My favorite team is Monsoon and Heenan, but yeah, JR he's goated for sure, bro.
Goated for sure, man.
My favorite team. This is gonna sound so knuckleheaded, but it's like definitely just my truth is JBL and Michael Cole in the PG era, bro. That shit was my favorite.
Dog, me and Mike were talking about it. I'm like, I love JBL. I know some people fucking hate him. Like, I'm like, I think he was great as a commentator, and I loved him as a heel when he was the rich, like the fucking Wall Street like persona he was doing. I fucking loved it. I thought it was like really good heel work.
Dog,
But I don't
JBL.
know. I guess maybe I'm in the minority with that opinion, right?
They were talking about, I think it was like Randy Orton versus John Cena, that SummerSlam where they unified the titles, whatever. It was hype up to that, so it was like on a Tuesday night Superstars, right? So the match is going on, and but they're talking about that match, and Cole is like, well, you know, Randy Orton is saying that he feels like he's destined to be, you know, the world champion, you know, for this, the unified champion. What do you think about that, JBL? And JBL's like, without missing a beat, he's like, I don't know, Cole. I'm not a Calvinist. I don't believe in predestination. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I love it. So good, man.
Yeah, man. He was we might as well head on over to Double or Nothing, Mike.
Double or Nothing, AEW, Double or Nothing. I watched the whole shit this morning. Here's the thing. I like a lot of wrestlers in AEW. I do, man. A lot of them. But their mid-card, some of them dudes are just fucking atrocious. I'm keeping it a stack.
Yeah, you have
man. Okay, this is the International Championship Blackjack Battle Royal. Orange Cassidy won it. But you had like Swerve Strickland in there. You had Big Bill. That's that nigga Big Cash. So like
Big
Bill.
Oh my god.
Keith Lee, which I like, but now they got that nigga look like
Keith Lee.
Yo, he looks like a fat Cisco, my nigga. You feel me? What the fuck are they doing with him? Terrible.
No. That's all Keith, bro. This is my fucking beef with Keith, bro. There's like a 24, WWE 24, where like you go through a day of his life, right? And Vince McMahon like talks to him after his match. And you see this shit. And he says, "You're all right, kid, but there's things that you need to work on." And like pretty much what Vince McMahon is trying to tell him is like, yeah, you're like athletic and this and that and that and this, but like there's some things that are really missing here with your personality, and I need you to listen to me instead of just doing the same thing and thinking it'll give you different results. And then Keith Lee walks away like a fucking knucklehead, like his head is just a fucking knuckle, and he's just like, yep, Vince McMahon loves me, and doesn't hear what is fucking being like. That's when I realized he was doomed, bro. And like, there's this joke online where, because like when they changed Walter to Gunther, like Keith Lee tweeted, "Oh, another one. I'm sorry, Walter." And it's like Gunther doesn't give a fuck, bro. Look at where Gunther's at now because he can take the direction, and Keith Lee can't take.
And where you are, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
man, I loved him, but he let me down, bro. He let me down.
Yeah, I loved him in WWE, but this AEW run is atrocious. Orange Cassidy retains the belt. I didn't like that battle royal at all. I keep it a stack, and then we get the unsanctioned match with Adam Cole defeated Chris Jericho.
How was it?
You know, it's a grudge match. It wasn't that good, man. And I love Adam Cole, bro.
I got Adam Cole.
Yeah, I like Jericho, but not now. He fucking sucks.
Right.
He's terrible now.
Yeah.
Dog, he's been. You know how we were shitting on Natalia for staying around too long? That's Jericho now. You need to get the fuck out of the picture, bro.
And I'm a Jericho mark, bro. I'm a big.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But now it's fucking terrible, and Sabu came out there. That's pretty fucking dope. You know, I'm a Sabu mark. You know what I mean? Sabu's, you know, he's a juggalo as well, too. You know what I'm saying? So, I love that shit. ECW, my favorite ECW original of all time is Sabu. But,
no doubt.
nigga Cisnack, bro. Because it was opening up for Ugly Kid Joe. Oh, words, father.
So, can you highlight that Resident 47 comment about JBL? Because that's perfect, man. Thank you, dog. Thank you.
But it was just whack. I think it's all on Jericho, bro. Because Adam Cole is goated right now, and the
Yeah.
dude didn't really put it into the match. It was all because they attacked Britt Baker, Adam's bitch or whatever. But yeah, it was not a good it was not a good match.
No,
I didn't.
he just, he just needs to fucking go right now. It hurts me to say, like you're saying, I love Jericho, but it's over, dog. Like, just get the fuck out of the way now, man.
Yeah, I agree on
Yeah,
that.
man.
So yeah, Adam Cole goes over. Then we get the AEW Tag Team Championship match. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett went up against FTR. FTR defeated them. I love FTR, yo. Just Fish, top guys type beat, and then
top guys doing top guy things.
Yeah,
that's what me and fucking Zab always say to each other, man. Just top guys doing top guy things, man.
Fuck yeah. I think this match was fun. I love it because Mark Briscoe was the referee, and that dude is hilarious. R.I.P. to his brother. You know what I'm saying, all day.
R.I.P. Jay Briscoe.
Jay Briscoe, yeah. Jeff Jarrett, he's over the hill type shit, but Jay Lethal's good in the ring.
Oh, man.
But it was funny. It was funny. Oh yeah, it was him. It was Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett against FTR. Yeah. It was fun. I could say that. I ain't gonna diss it.
And this is coming from someone who didn't see the match, but one thing that I like about Jeff is he doesn't try to wrestle above his pay grade. He wrestles like a American indie, like VFW Hall guy kind of wrestler, and he doesn't try to do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Jericho's always trying to do crazy shit, and it doesn't work. Jeff Russell's like a fucking 60-year-old, and that's fine because he's 60 years old,
Exactly. Yeah, right.
And I know you see this one, Frankie. It was the TNT Championship ladder match with Wardlow defeated Christian Cage. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good. It was all right. Nothing special, right?
And I like Wardlow, bro. Big powerhouse dude. You know what I'm saying? Christian, I like Christian better when he was with Edge and the attitude era, but he's a good singles guy too.
I thought it was alright. The spot with the super high ladder and Wardlow doing the Suntown Bomb or whatever, that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
that was cool. But like, it was. I don't know, man. It just reminds me of the inmates running the side with like Strife was talking about Keith Lee's doing whatever the fuck he wants, and like, bro, what the fuck is Arn Anderson still doing and getting involved in matches and shit, bro? What are we doing over here? 20 years ago, bro, what the fuck, dog? I was just like, what the fuck is Arn Anderson in the ring for?
I hate to
Holy
say this,
fuck, man. Oh, man.
We defined with what are we doing over here?
Absolutely. And I was telling Mike, right? I'm like, I'm not hating on AEW just to hate on them like some people do, because I like a lot of the talent they have on their roster. I really do. But I'm just like, I'm watching the show, and the show is and it's a fucking train wreck. Almost every time I watch it, I'm like, fuck, they're just not doing it right. And like Tony Khan, that whole MJF promo when he fucking called him a mark and all that shit is real, bro. He needs to step the fuck away and let somebody run the company, bro, because you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yo, Triple H is on record saying the open door would have been more exciting if they had professionals doing it. And he's just like, it's the truth, man. It's like, you have all this great talent. You have Orange Cassidy, Adam Cole. You have fucking, like, I can't even name all the amazing motherfuckers.
How much talent?
Yeah, but the people who are running the fucking show don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's some Vince Russo shit, bro, for real.
Vince
like
Russo,
I started to say.
Vince McMahon. You know what I mean? And this shit is like Vince Russo without Vince McMahon.
Bro, that's exactly what it feels like, right? It feels like WCW Vince Russo era to me. And it's like, what the fuck am I even watching right now? And that's just trying to be kind to it. But that match was decent. It was all right.
I think they were the best when Cody was there. I loved AEW so much back then, bro. I really did.
They had a great start with the Cody and Dustin match. That shit was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right.
I still like. I told Frankie, I still like a lot of wrestlers there, a lot, but just deliver sometimes, man. And then we had the AEW Women's Championship match with Tony Storm defeated Jamie Hayter. I wasn't paying attention, so I can't really give my. I'm keeping it a buck.
You gotta.
We'll skip past that. We'll skip past that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Siznak, my brother right there.
Yeah, that was the washroom break for everybody in that.
Yeah, piss break type team, right? Then an AEW World Trios Championship match that the House of Black defeated the Acclaimed with Billy Gunn, Daddy Ash. That's so fucking corny to me.
Yeah, that shit is ultimate 1,000% trash, bro. Daddy Ash, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dog.
And I
take
love
that shit somewhere else, bro.
I love Malachi Black. I like Brody King. I like Buddy Matthews. They're dope as shit, but yeah, I wasn't into that as well. It was kind of like whatever to me.
Trash.
You feel me? And then Jade Cargill. I don't know this bitch name. Bro. I think she's married to John Morrison or whatever. But she beat that bitch. And then Chris Stratlander came back and beat her for the TBS championship after 60 fucking days and shit.
Yo, where do we even start with this though? Like I'm about to go on my soapbox talking about this. Right?
Go ahead, bro.
Are you up to speed with it's a bro? Oh my god, Stripe, are you up to speed with Jade Cargill? No? Okay, so she's okay. I'm gonna give you a quick, like the simple rundown. She's like AEW's female version of Goldberg. She can't work for shit. She looks, I guess, great as like her body or whatever. And they just have her murdering everybody.
She's just running through motherfuckers in short matches.
That's it. She can't wrestle for shit. Like, I think she was undefeated, and this has been going on for a long time now. So it's been built almost like the streak, like with Goldberg. And dog, like, watching that match was so painful. The first chick this is the fuckery at AEW. Like she can't do anything even medium pace. It's all, how like wrestlers call spots and shit. She has the look on her face when like she's in with an opponent and she's like, "What's the next one? What are we doing next?" It was fucking atrocious. And then she won the match, which is whatever. And then whoever the chick was, out of nowhere, didn't even, like some chick, whatever the chick's name was, some chick comes, Stratlander comes running in. All of a sudden, they ring a bell. I'm like, yo, is this another match now? Like, it wasn't announced. It was nothing. They announced the match, and then they have her defeat Jade Cargill and break the streak. I'm like, yo, this is the biggest clusterfuck I've seen in wrestling in a long time. Because what was the point of the undefeated streak, bro? What was the whole point of doing that undefeated shit for if you're going to just do that with it? Yo, it was fucking diabolical, bro. Like, Jade Cargill needs to be fucking opening fucking, I don't know, man, opening JCW shows somewhere. She does not belong on fucking national television, bro.
Well, here's the
that bitch is trash. Get her all the way the fuck out of here, bro. And whoever booked that shit needs to be slapped, bro. That shit was terrible, bro. That was the worst wrestling I've seen, Mike, for real, in years, dog. Like, bro, go take it away, bro. I don't know.
Jade Cargill has the look, but
the look, that's it. Oh my god.
Good, brother?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, Paul Heyman talked about how like wrestlers like Goldberg, if they have if the people in the background know, okay, this person can't wrestle for more than like 90 seconds, but we can have them run somebody over and do their finish and then sell to the crowd and we'll make millions. Like, it's just like, they probably could have done that with Jade too, but they just,
and they fucked it all up, bro.
We keep talking about it. It's the people behind the fucking driver's seat, behind the director's seat. They don't know what they're doing.
I just don't understand how you waste that much time and resources and money and whatever into building up an undefeated streak, and the payoff to the whole thing went off like a fucking church. So straight up, like, it was ridiculous. Like, fuck.
I said 60 days. I meant like was it 60 and 0?
60 and 0.
Yeah, 60 and 0. You know what I mean? And
it should have. That's what I mean, Strife. You know what I'm trying to? Maybe I'm not getting my point across, Strife. Like, that should be a big. Whoever takes her down, that should be a big moment, and nobody gave a fuck, bro. It was just it got shit on universally by everybody. Like there's not one person that can be like that was good. Nah, nah, dog, it was not good. It was terrible. Fuck.
Which should have been the main event in my eyes, the AEW World Championship match.
Absolutely, yo. Another fucking.
Why wasn't it the main event?
It was
because they're stupid. Because it's AEW. That's why it wasn't the main event.
It was MJF defeated Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara. Incredible. The timing was everything perfect.
Great match.
I like all them guys too. Feel me? MJF took a home. Dope spots. Yo, MJF hit the crossroads, showing love to Cody, bro, because he's his mentor and shit. I loved it.
That fucking waterfall where it was like the shout out to Cody, the shout out to Jericho, the shout out to Sting, the shout out to that
was amazing. I love it.
That Sammy Guevara can go, yo.
He's
Dude
amazing.
Was killing it last night. Holy fuck, you know, like there was like a spot where he did like he jumped off, like went into the outside, came back into the ring, fucked somebody else up. They're like all in like 10 seconds. He did some crazy high paced shit. I was like, fuck, this dude has fucking, you know what I mean? Like, yo, he's the man. But the right move, in my opinion, was put MJF over. You gotta have that dude hold on to that belt, man.
Shout out to Trailer Park. He mentioned there was like a Roddy Piper reference. We know when Mania 8 when Piper had the belt and he's thinking should he hit Brett with it. Jungle Boy had the AEW belt, thinking should he hit Darby and he just threw it and he didn't do it. But that was a throwback. Enjoyed that match. It was excellent.
Great match. Yeah. No, that's the highlight of the night for sure. Like easily, that was the best.
Easily, that's the best match.
Like, how was it the fucking main event? I'll never understand, but go ahead.
And the main event was Anarchy in the Arena, Black Combat Club. I love all those dudes. I like Bryan Danielson. I like Wheeler Yuta. I like motherfucking Moxley. I like Claudio Castagnoli. You feel me? And they took on the Elite. I know Frankie hates him, but I love Kenny Omega, bro.
No, I like Kenny too, man. It's not about, like I was saying, everybody that you're mentioning that was in this main event match is phenomenal as a talent. And I don't even call this a match. This was just a clusterfuck, bro. Like, I'm not trying to see cats like fucking Daniel Bryan or whatever, Danielson and Cesaro or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not trying to see them fighting in the stands and in the fucking by the hot dog stand. Like, where those dudes shine is actually in the ring having a fucking wrestling match. And this was just a bunch of bullshit. Even the referee was bleeding for some fucking reason, bro. Holy fuck, bro. Stop it, bro. That shit was trash, man.
When that fucking band was playing the music during the match,
dude
came out with
SON, bro. He looked like SON in blackface, Yo, fuck that guy for real.
That was crazy, bro. I was watching. I'm like, I'm watching with my homie and my girl, and I was just like, is that guy wearing fucking blackface?
Yeah. Don't wear blackface. Anybody, dog. Anybody in blackface, I don't fuck with that shit.
Likewise, but I'm in the minority. I hated it at the beginning. It was just stupid, but the end, I loved it. Bro. Yeah. And Takeshita.
Remind me of what the end was. Because I just remember it being a giant pile of shit.
Oh, this Asian dude, Takeshita. I don't know his name. He turned heel. He beat up Kenny. They got
he joined the Blackpool Combat Club. It looks like I remember that.
Either that or he might be with Don Callis. He turned on Kenny too. But long story short,
is crazy busy.
Niggas at AEW now, bro.
Yeah, he's everywhere, bro. Shouts out to Don.
I genuinely wish that AEW would be like a fucking really dope alternative product to WWE. But it's just with all the talent they got, man, to be producing that kind of garbage, man, it's fucking ridiculous. Like those dudes should be having 5-star matches. Those cats that you just mentioned, Mike, in that main event, those dudes should be tearing the house down, having incredible matches, and it's always just bullshit fuckery, dog. Like you know what I mean? Like the ref was bleeding. Moxley started like leaking everywhere, and you don't even see like how they got busted open. Like it defeats the whole purpose. Like the dude's just bleeding out of nowhere again. It's like, all right, Moxley's bleeding again. It's like, dude, show me, the moment of where it happened, how like where it elevates the match and brings some sort of ring psychology. And it's just a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion.
Dog, my question is, how much blood was there in the Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Owens?
Exactly.
How much blood was there? Right. How much explosions were there, bro? None,
right.
bro.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. And they put they put fucking, to make like crazy shock television. Like, remember when they put, I think it was a thumbtacks in Kenny Omega's mouth and then super kicked him or some shit?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you guys are fucking idiots.
And then Matt Jackson with the sparkly kick and shit.
Dog, what the fuck?
And mind you, I like all those guys. I like every last one. Adam Page is my favorite, dog. He remind me of like 88 Barry Windham type beat. You feel me? That's why I love Adam Page. But yeah, man. I don't know, dude. But yeah, not a champion.
I don't know, dude.
Not a champion.
What was the thing we said earlier that every AEW? What was the thing we said earlier? Every AEW show can be defined.
Just what the fuck was I watching? What the fuck is going on?
And let people know I'm not a hater. I actually like AEW. But the content is.
Dog, I want to like AEW. That's where I'm coming from. I want to like it. I just can't. It's shit's trash, man. Straight up. They have the talent, like we said. I think they just like Strife was saying, like, yo, they got the resources, they got the TV time, they got all the stars. They just need somebody to fucking take over that company and be like, we're running this shit this fucking way. No more inmates running the asylum. No more fucking, fuckery. Like, yo, if you told me next week, right, like next week, if you told me there's gonna be a match where somebody's fucking a cactus on that show, I believe you. This is the type of fuckery. You're doing on it. It's like, yo,
I never thought I would say this, but you know what they need, fool? They need an old head. They need a fucking old head to go in there and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? No more of this crazy shit. We're doing normal matches for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, God.
Tony Khan is out of his fucking mind. That boy, he be sniffing that egg.
I've seen it. Crazy. I've seen the videos.
Yeah, bro. Nigga, straight fucking yayo head, bro. But
my God.
3 Stages of Hell podcast, episode 1 in the books. My boy's wife. You want to promote anything, brother?
The 3-Headed Monster Tour is starting tomorrow. My brother Darby and my other brother Shaggy the Airhead, and my other brother and homie Ouija are going to be on that. So just like, if y'all are anywhere near that, please go support them because I'm so fucking proud of this. This is a huge opportunity for Shaggy and for Darby, and so like, yeah, y'all can listen to my music, whatever. I don't give a fuck if y'all listen to my music. Go support my brother, for real.
Strike's a real one. That's my brother, bro. We gotta have you back on because your knowledge of wrestling is
man.
Well, I swear
thank you for being on the show, man. Straight up, because you bring that like the whole wrestling background to it is dope to have someone that's been in the scene talking about it too, not just 2 fans. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, man.
No, this was so much fun. My biggest thing is when you guys feel like, hey, like we don't really have anything big to talk about this week, bring me on, and I swear to God, I will argue for why the PG era was like extremely underrated. All right,
that's already locked in.
We got to do the show about that, man. That's it. No doubt.
Siznak said, "Fuck Jimmy Uso. I'm so pissed they are breaking up the second greatest."
Oh man, such a fun stream. Thank you to everybody, man.
amazing.
Thank you to
It was
the chat. Thank
amazing.
you guys, man.
So, well, episode 2 coming soon. We'll see y'all motherfuckers on the flip side, y'all. Peace.
Whoop, whoop.
Peace.
Whoop, whoop. Fuck the ops.